All right, ladies and gentlemen. So tomorrow, which means when actually does the battle drop? Is it like
Tomorrow.
like what
Tomorrow.
time though?
Sometime probably in the afternoon. Maybe I'm kind of spitballing here.
Okay, I'll take a look at YouTube afterwards to see when this drops. So anyways,
Drops.
what?
It drops when it drops.
Well, I wanted to try and upload this before the actual fucking death battle drops, but I might have to upload it the day of because my brother doesn't fucking stop streaming till 6 a.m. in the fucking night. So, all right. So they actually redid Tanjiro versus Jonathan, the research anyway, because they do mention here they had a research blog back in, I think it was 2019 is when they did this one the first time. Let me see. Oh no, 2020. So I think since then Demon Slayer ended. I don't think it was over when that happened, and JoJo's scaling kind of got changed up a little bit. So once again, we're back with Tanjiro versus Jonathan. Really just Jonathan 2.0 for being honest. And yeah, with that ball on the way, obviously Kyle was very excited to react to this, and we're actually joined by Mangler this time since he's started watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for the first time.
Currently 9 to 10 episodes into part 4. So
Oh, you already?
yeah, I put everything for part 1 and part 2, and part 3 for Jonathan scaling.
Okay, okay, yeah. So if you already got through part 3, you basically should be good to go. Now, Kyle, can you talk so that way they can differentiate your voices?
Yes.
All right, wonderful.
Hello, my doppelganger.
Nice to meet you.
So yeah, Tanjiro. If you haven't seen Demon Slayer by this point, I don't really like. He's just a samurai who goes around killing demons. Ultimately, nothing really too much else to that. I'm gonna be honest. If you guys don't know these two series, I don't know if there's an explanation.
Man, you are 10 out of 10 hype, man. You are the best.
Oh, come on! Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say I don't usually cover series that I don't know about, so for this one, I will be refraining on commenting on like Tanjiro stuff.
Yeah, I've actually never finished Demon Slayer.
I'll just explain what I know about Jonathan based on what they're providing.
Yeah,
so.
And then we have
no. Some say you're bad at being a hype man. I think that's fake news. I think you're the best.
You couldn't help yourself, could you? Anyways, then we also
I did it once and I found so much enjoyment in doing it. I've just been doing it even after.
Your poor coworkers. So, at any rate, yeah, then we also have Jonathan Joestar, the first Joestar, arguably one of the better Joestars. But, but part 1, Joe's Bizarre Adventure, not too popular among the fan base, not too popular in general these days, so...
There's no reason. I'm sorry, what? Who said that?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Why are you coughing?
Kyle, why are you talking shit about part 1 JoJo's? Should know better. But I just find it a little weird because this is basically a college student beating the crap out of like a 12-year-old.
I mean, are a lot of these matchups really like ages?
Wait. This is what they have for fucking Tanjiro. A few paragraphs, and look at Jonathan.
They just out the entire synopsis.
I guess that's a little ridiculous. I can't remember.
I feel like I have the entirety of part 1 just being explained to me.
No, like straight up. This seems a little. Well, I guess part 1's a lot shorter, so I guess you can summarize it better. All right. So Tanjiro's equipment, the Nichiren blade. I probably mispronounced that already. Composed of scarlet, crimson, iron, sand, and ore, the blades are capable of absorbing sunlight, making them effective weapons against, you guessed it, demons. In the heat of battle, the Nichiren sword has rarely been known to adopt a crimson red form. I believe Tanjiro does get that. While difficult to achieve, the blade becomes searing hot, enough to burn demons on a cellular level, continuously suppress regeneration, even centuries later. Perhaps most impressively, Tanjiro's proven through the power of breathing, willpower, and UFO tables budget that even breaking the sword down to near its hilt does little to hinder the potency it packs. I mean, it's a sword. Like, you could literally break most of the sword, and the sword should still cut as long as I don't understand what this means. The potency. You can break a knife, and a knife will still cut you.
I guess they were thinking of it like the materials, perhaps.
I mean, I guess. All right. Demon Slayer outfit. Naturally, Demon Slayer core outfits his members with only the finest of fabrics. The uniform Tanjiro wears offers resistance to freezing temperatures and scorching heat, as well as protection from the fangs and claws of an average demon. Oh, I actually didn't know that. Combine this with Tanjiro's checkered green cloak, and you've got a recipe for iconic anime poster boy drip. What's not to love? Is he even the most popular character in Demon Slayer? Because I think his sister's more popular than him.
He says drip, even though he looks like a tablecloth.
Medicine. Given to him by his master, Tanjiro carries some really awesome medicine with him. Useful for soothing painful wounds upon application, though seemingly not much else. So, I think we have a word for that in real life. I think it's called fucking morphine.
So they basically just like, yeah, part of his arsenal is just like your standard, like, I don't know what equivalent you Americans have, but it's basically like, here's some Panadol. That's part of your equipment.
I'm pretty sure it's... Oh, go ahead.
We have like Tylenol.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure it's meant to be morphine because you put it on the wounds. For those of you who don't know, morphine's like a painkiller. Alright, I could be a little wrong on that.
It's always Tylenol.
Is Tylenol a painkiller? I'm sorry, I don't take that pussy shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot when morphine was like legalized, like widespread for the American household as a painkiller. My mistake.
Weak sauce. I go to the doctor in the hospital and get my morphine directly into my system.
Give me that syringe.
Alright, so they're Jonathon's equipment. The sword, so they are giving him the sword of luck and pluck.
Yes, but more importantly, what is an opium addiction?
I'm not going to say anything during the video. Anyways, a European knightly sword originally belonging to Kyle. Pronounce that.
Pronounce what?
Pronounce the guy's name with the B. I don't want to mispronounce it.
You mean Bruford?
Bruford, thank you. It was offered to Jonathon as he defeated Bruford. Are you sure it's Ferd?
Bruford.
What the fuck? Whatever. By melting his arm and restoring his human soul out of a sign of respect and honor, with Bruford's remaining blood before his death, he wrote a P beside the luck engraved onto the sword, thus changing the name to Pluck. Jonathon can use the sword to conduct his ripple. Don't you mean Hamon?
No, it's not the same thing, obviously.
Being able to slice undead monsters like butter with its effects, imbued by the
Hamon skin. What's the difference?
Oh, you shush. Imbued by the glorious sun energy. Oh yes, this thing totally belongs to Devil May Cry or Castlevania. Let's be real. It's a pretty basic fucking sword, actually.
I mean, I don't know why it being Castlevania. Castlevania is more of like a divine thing. It isn't just because like vampires galore. Like usually the weapons in Castlevania are specifically holy.
I mean, it is a sword that kills the undead though, so I can understand Castlevania, but like it's a pretty basic sword for DMC. Like maybe Bayonetta can have it. Her swords aren't too crazy.
Basic because it's not really made of any special materials.
Gun, a revolver that Jonathon may or may not have swiped off a police. Wait. We're giving him the gun.
I mean, I guess because he.
You mean that one thing they grabbed?
He just kind of grabbed
during that interaction only.
Yeah.
So does he get that rock that he picks up?
I'll say like that wasn't standard equipment. They even say he swiped it off of a police officer.
Well, that spoon. He picked up a spoon.
Wow, it never occurred to me that Dio kind of looks like Shin in this panel. Sorry, completely off topic. Yeah, this seems a little silly, but especially.
I don't think it'll make that much of a difference in this.
Well, let's see. Tanjiro's enhanced sense of smell. Yeah, he has a really good smell. He's able to smell demons. I tracked down Diamu's on a large city. Had to pick up a scent from the dead remains of his family. Yeah, so he can track you like a bloodhound, probably better. He can tell a demon apart from a human as well as identify location. He can even smell a demon's presence from within his own dream somehow. Because of training, Tanjiro began using his sense of smell to... Okay, yeah. So, to directly fight demons aside from locating them, the most notable is the line of interval where he finds an opening to strike his opponent after smelling a slight pause in their movement. Yeah, this one can be shown in Season 1. Afterward, he visualizes a line towards his opponent to guide his sword for the finishing blow. In addition to that, his sense of smell can also be used to detect traps before they're activated, as well as detect surprise attacks from opponents, allowing Tanjiro to avoid them. It also helps that Tanjiro can use his sense of smell to identify the nature of a demon's abilities, whether it's to help predict their next attack or save people in trouble somehow again. Yeah, so it smells fucking ridiculous. Lastly, after days of training without food or water, Tanjiro can predict a person's movements by smell. What? What? Why does that come from training without food or water? But okay. In connection with his transparent world ability, which will be explained below, Tanjiro was able to locate a small demon hiding inside a bigger demon's heart. Interestingly enough, Tanjiro can even smell a person's emotions, such as anger and gratitude. Well, actually, this one kind of makes sense, because anger and gratitude come from chemicals in the brain, so...
I was gonna say,
Well, you
anger
could
is
just argue it's just different levels of like. So, this isn't as impressive as people think, because like the body gives off different chemicals depending on how and in what mood you are.
So, like, most emotions in the human brain are actually produced exclusively through releases of chemicals in the brain. So, for anger, generally, especially in most males, it's usually produced through the release of testosterone hormones, which usually increase and coincide with the release of muscles growing larger and various, like, um, blood being pumped to various portions of the heart. So, he could unironically just be smelling most of the chemical releases in the body.
I just don't really understand how this lets him,
Gratitude.
like, actually figure out a opponent's attacks or anything. Like, I know it does work that way, but, like, how does, like, smelling someone pause let you immediately figure out the one chink in their armor to strike and insta-kill them?
Maybe he's just really good at reading people.
No, it
What,
literally attributed
what
to
can I say,
smell.
Jim? The nose.
Wow. Animal communication. He may not sing the birds, but Tanjiro can actually speak and understand these feathery friends. Just shy of claiming that coveted Disney princess title, but more than impressive in its own right.
He's just Dr. Doolittle.
Hardhead. You've heard of hard-headed, but Tanjiro takes the saying literally. The demon slayer's noggin is tough enough to stun demons. If that wasn't impressive enough, his dome of chrome composition is so dense that it doesn't even bleed when trading blows with stronger demons like Nezuko. Not good enough. How about the fact that Tanjiro could give a Nosuke a concussion, the same prideful pigman that could turn a train over with his own headbutts?
That's pretty good.
Hang on. Let me actually see this scan real quickly. Oh. So he doesn't turn it over directly. Or actually, he does. Yeah, I guess it does flip over. It's just a doodle, so it's like a little hard to tell. But so yeah. What's the name? But hell, even.
Is it already flipped over, or did he flip it over?
I mean, he's moving it regardless. I don't think it was flipped over. If that's during the fucking Mugen train arc, I don't think it flips over during the end. I think it's still on the rails. Hell, even Akazu, one of the strongest demons, had to give Tanjiro's sturdy cranium some respect. Yeah, it's just a running gag throughout the entire show that, like, Tanjiro's head's probably the strongest thing in the series. I think, like, with the exception of maybe, like, Demon Slayer blades, I don't think anything actually ever, like, makes him bleed. It's kind of weird. Breathing styles. Oh, are they going to give him the sun breathing tech? Okay. Yeah, they are. Alright, so in order to officially kill Muzan's demons, the Demon Slayer Corps developed special swords. They really just like expanded what part 1 was for Demon Slayer. Where swordsmen can utilize specific and concentrated breathing patterns. These styles help increase the lung capacity and the amount of oxygen in the Demon Slayer's blood, enhancing their physical capabilities and mental concentration to be on par with demons, and can even clot their wounds sustained from severe injuries, as well as slowing down any poison that's circulating within their bloodstream. An advanced form is total concentration breathing, where Demon Slayers can raise the limits of their physical and mental prowess by inhaling the maximum amount of oxygen as much as they can, temporarily boosting their combat capabilities for a decisive attack. However, some Demon Slayers can constantly maintain total concentration breathing at all times throughout the day and night, even during sleep. This type of training showcases an immense difference in strength, speed, and stamina between those who completed and those who haven't. After maintaining this advanced form of training, Tanjiro could even destroy a large gourd by simply exhaling his breath. Finally, while there are numerous breathing styles, most Demon Slayers stick to one style. However, talented Demon Slayers can use more than one style at a time, known as breathing hybridization, allowing them to access every advantage those styles have to offer. In his case, Tanjiro is capable of using both the water breathing and sun breathing styles simultaneously, not only to increase attack power, but also stamina. With enough focus on his breathing, Tanjiro can achieve all of this, some of the major ones, which we'll expand upon. Apparently, all these water effects are not legit. I think there was a statement from the author that stated that this is all just, like, visual aid. This does not actually occur. which is kind of weird.
That's a very weird statement to make about your own verse.
Well, I guess like his idea is like to show, because I guess he's just trying to say that like it's the breathing, but the first breeding style Tanjiro learned while the breeding, despite not being the style most suited for his nature, Tanjiro still managed to master its 10 main techniques. Yeah, so it's just adaptability and fluidity and water. Basically, he's supposed to move like water. Nothing really too crazy here. This is actually his main one. Also known as the Sun Breathing or Dance of the Fire God, as the name implies, Hino Kami Kaguri was a special dance Tanjiro learned by watching his father practice it for years on end. This style is the progenitor of all breathing styles, weaponizing the power of the sun directly. As sun breathing fits Tanjiro far better than water breathing, he's able to put much more power and speed into its attacks. This is weaponized directly through its 12 forms. I don't think there's anything too crazy about this one. Evasive technique using high-speed twist, horizontal slash... Yeah, it's just sword fighting styles. Wait, he has thunder breathing? While Tanjiro himself has never had training in thunder breathing previously, he has shown to use it, albeit in a limited way, in the form of thunderclap and flash, which boosts the user's speed to be comparable to that of lightning ripping through the air, only by simply remembering the words of his fellow companion Zenitsu. Thunder breathing in itself works by focusing channeling strength on the practitioner's legs, then concentrating every muscle to circulate oxygen into the blood vessels to move at blinding speeds in one direction. Huh. I did not know he had that. Healing. As mentioned above, after maintaining total concentration breathing, Tanjiro is skilled enough to stop a hemorrhage and recover during combat with just a single breath. He even can strengthen the muscles around his broken bones with simple, short, rapid breaths. Yep. Oh, yeah. Alright. Okay, See-Through World. Yeah, this one's actually going to be pretty useful. So Tanjiro does also gain the Demon Slayer. How much do you guys actually know about Demon Slayer? Because I know you guys are quiet, but like, do you guys like know next to nothing about the series?
I know literally nothing. Got this, Chief.
And Kyle, I'm assuming you're in the same boat too? I guess Kyle's just paying attention to The Witcher or something. Not to be confused with What?
My doppelganger doesn't respond when I'm not talking.
Not to be confused with Tanjiro's existing scar, the mysterious Demon Slayer mark is indicative of a powerful sun breathing user. Only by surviving a near-death experience such as searing fever and incredibly high heart rate can the mark manifest, making it a rare but powerful reward for the battle-worn Demon Slayers. In combat, the mark grants Tanjiro a considerable boost to his physical capabilities, possibly, though not confirmed to be 100 times greater than his average. Okay, so I can explain that one very briefly. This actually happened in the anime already. He's trying to slice off a dude's neck, but he can't do it, and he says, I need to be 100 times stronger in order to do this, and then this mark activates and he slices through the guy's neck. So, if it's 100...
Nah.
I'm sorry.
Nah, I take that as the same thing as like that one My Hero Fate where what's that muscle dude, and they said like he has to go past is it infinity or a million?
The a million, I think. But think of it.
Yeah, that's how I say it.
Down, player. All right. The mark enables its user to wield a dire red Nichirian blade and grants the user access to the see-through world. I don't know if... Well, I guess that counts because there are other Demon Slayers who have the Demon Slayer mark. The only drawback, most that bear the mark will die by the age of 25, oddly specific, and an inexorable reminder of the price that comes with power. 25 is when you stop growing as a person, so you could just argue that like while you're growing, you can still survive. Although, I guess the Earth Pillar is 25 then? I thought it was a little older. The See-Through World. After awakening his Demon Slayer mark, Tanjiro gained an ocular ability to perceive the inner workings of a being's body as if they were transparent. Regardless of whatever creature he's looking at, Tanjiro can see their blood flow, breathing, muscular contractions, and joint motions in slow motion. In terms of combat, Tanjiro can look inside an enemy's body with enough focus to predict and evade their attacks, which also finding new openings for attacks. While using the See-Through World, Tanjiro's movement and speed reflex has increased dramatically due to being able to perceive everything in slow motion. In addition, this state conceals any battle spirit or bloodlust Tanjiro would have from enemies who could sense them. Yeah, so basically it's just X-ray vision to just give him the visual cues his nose was already giving him. It is pretty cool, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty cool.
Next, we have...
The visual looks really nice.
Jonathon. Athleticism. Being a true gentleman that he is, Jonathon got accustomed to gentlemanly sports such as boxing at a fairly young age, being competent enough to become a popular and famous figure in his local circles, as well as being an extremely proficient rugby player in his college years, no doubt thanks to his massive stature. Is that it? I mean,
I don't know how relevant rugby is going to be useful to
And
this.
that just means that he's good at sports. Congratulations.
Yeah,
are we not gonna mention that like if you watch the anime, Jonathan basically jumps over his fountain to get to Dio after he kissed Irene?
Are we also not going to acknowledge the fact that when he plays rugby, all the other players who are 6'5" like he is, and he's just dragging all of them.
I don't really use sports to dictate feats, but if we're going to mention that, we probably should.
Yeah.
During the sports.
Well, hang on. Let's see what it puts for extremely proficient rugby player. Okay, so they do show him like dragging people along, but maybe that one should be like a little more. Oh, son of a gun! Yikes.
Maybe you should close that.
It's just a news article for an essay. It's nothing bad.
Um,
I just
Academic knowledge.
yeah. If you guys want to learn about bilingual education, there you go.
As expected from a JoJo, Jonathan has proven himself to be a very intelligent individual. Graduating from an upper-class university, writing a celebrated thesis in archaeology, as well as being a smart combative strategist, his quick look and quick thinking got him out of a life or death circumstances more than once. His gentlemanly kind heart and positive outlook on life should not be mistaken for naivety, since he was the only one who managed to put the pieces together to see through Dio's facade, ultimately dooming his long-term plans. To
Okay,
be fair,
go ahead.
Okay, that one's
Dio
not
kind of
as
played a little bit on the nose, but
okay. That one's not as impressive as it seems because Dio wasn't hiding that intention from Jonathan. He was kind of
yeah.
like going out of his way to be a pest.
Seeing
So
through
well,
Dio's facade,
that's
yeah.
not as impressive. The above one is though, because technically he qualifies for field expertise because he is basically studying a relic and a piece of information that no one in the known world has any like actual historical information about, and he's basically figuring out how it works from scratch.
So Jonathan is able to see through Dio's facade, despite the fact that Dio harassed him, humiliated him, and made his life a living hell. But no, Jonathan
Mm-hmm.
saw through his nice facade. Had nothing to do with his dog being murdered by Dio or anything like that. No, no, no.
I would like to point out that he only thought like Dio was making his life hell like as a teenager, but then like Dio just kind of stopped doing that for a while until college, and it took him like several instances after that for him to realize that Dio had been lying to him.
Well, he literally, I think he says I don't know if this is in the manga, but he says in the anime, like, I could never forgive you for what you did for me, but I guess I'll just let it slide since it seems like you've changed.
Yeah,
Hamon. Oh, good.
that always bothered me.
Hamon, alternately known as the Ripple. Hamon is an energy identical to that of the rays of the sun that is harnessed through respiration, which manifests as soothing ripples throughout the body. This is the very stuff used for hunting the undead and is fatal to the likes of vampires, zombies, and even pillar men. It is also typically done in a martial art style called Sendo, meaning Way of the Hermit. It requires some precise breathing and willpower in order to utilize it properly. It can practically make anything into a weapon you desire, delay the onset of various bodily functions such as hunger and the need to pee, as well as being able to interact with stands. It has many other unique applications, which we are going to go over now. All right.
Are they not going to say that like it basically like rejuvenates cells to the point that like you by the time you're 50 you still look like you're in your like 20s to 30s?
Yeah, it can slow your aging basically.
No, we don't care about that because he dies. Overdrive is the fine style Jonathan developed as a result of the Hamon training. This fine style involves attacks where Jonathan imbues his limbs with Hamon, literally giving himself the power of the sun in the palm of his hands. Spider-Man reference. How based. As a result, he can easily kill vampires just by punching the living daylights into them. However, Jonathan can also choose to transfer some Hamon energy through walls or weapons whenever he pleases. If I recall correctly, Hamon can also pass through things. I don't recall if it can pass through.
It can.
Yeah, it can. That's the Sendo report.
Zephly shows an example. Uh, Zephly shows an example where he goes to punch a frog beast, smashes the rock underneath, and the frog is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can pass through things completely, so it has like some intangibility.
All right. Zoom punch. Whenever an opponent is out of punching range, but Johnson still wants to punch them, he can strike his fist forward and extend the length of his armor naturally by dislocating and stretching its joints. It sure sounds painful, but Jonathan can dull the pain thanks to Hamon. Therefore, Jonathan can punch his enemies before they can attack as much as he can.
Yeah, basically he has Mr. Fantastic powers. So
Send.
like
Okay.
Balanced.
Balance, he says. Sendo, Ripple, Overdrive. Because the utilization of Overdrive allows the transfer of hormone energy through walls and other objects, Sendo, Ripple, Overdrive is a technique that turns the concept into an attack. If an opponent is hiding behind a wall or using something to shield themselves, Jonathan can punch that thing, allowing the hormone energy to travel through the object and into the target. It's really useful to target as a vampire. So basically, yeah, so this just screws over Tanjiro, since even if Tanjiro blocks with a sword, Jonathan can still just hit him. Scarlet Overdrive. By charging hormone energy into a single concentrated point, Jonathan can create literal fire based on hormone energy. He can transfer to any part of his body, and just like actual fire, touching or getting touched by will result in someone or something getting burned. I actually completely forgot about this technique.
Yeah, he literally calls out like new techniques every single episode.
That's just the Fist of Lord Star in him. Oh, yeah, he even has a 100 crack fist. Overdrive Barrage. Utilizing his Overdrive fighting style, Jonathan delivers a flurry of jabs with his fist infused with hormone energy. Dude, this is literally looks almost exactly the same like the fucking panels. Holy fuck. Turquoise Blue Overdrive. Conducting hormone through water, Jonathan can send thrusts of hormone infused water to blast his foes away. Wow, unironically, I forgot how actually good of a Homo Master Jonathan was. I always remember that he was strong, but holy fuck, this guy's making, yeah.
Actually,
Literally,
that's a really good feat because he's basically just hitting him with like a jet of water, and it knocks like Blueford out of the lake and high into the air.
it's also like he just makes an overdrive for every circumstance. It's like, oh, you're underwater, overdrive. You're in the air, overdrive. You're behind a wall, overdrive. You've got some weird substance I've never interacted with before.
Overdrive.
Develop the new overdrive.
Metal Silver Overdrive. As someone can conduct through metal, like those electricities can be used to. But it also changes the colors too. Like, what the fuck?
That's just the artistic design.
Yeah, no, Jonathan's probably a better master than Lisa. Holy fuck. This is mentioned as seemingly melted Buford's armor, saying Hamon through his sword. Life magnetism. Are you okay? Life magnetism overdrive. By using the fake magnetic traces of the human body, Jonathan is capable of magnetizing objects and sticking to them, as shown above. His only application in the series was on leaves, which he used to float down with. Nice. Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. His strongest and most iconic technique, Jonathan unleashes a barrage of overdrive punches imbued with the energy of the sun to disintegrate vampires and zombies with ease. No Fist of the North Star reference at any point for any of these overdrive punches. Okay. Body control. Similar to other Hamon users such as Dyer, Jonathan has mastered such a great amount of body control to be able to cast after images with his movements. Also, by sending Hamon through someone's mind, Jonathan is able to control the movement of their body. Examples being when he used Hamon on Wang Chen, causing him to forcefully hold onto the ship's screw shaft, or causing Dobby's snakes to devour their master. I see. Water walking. While it's certainly not perfect, Jonathan's been shown to use Hamon to somewhat repel the water beneath him, like the same pulls on the magnet. Ripple detection. By transferring Hamon through a liquid, it will pass through his body and into the environment, allowing him to detect vibrations of life, even through obstructions like walls. Healing. Hamon isn't called the miracle energy for no reason. With it, Jonathan has the ability to heal his body or others in multiple ways. He's capable of reviving a dead flower with just a touch, removing the pain on his broken arm, fixing his own broken neck, and forcing poisons out of his own body.
It was venom, but okay.
Purification. As mentioned literally above, Hamon isn't called the miracle energy for no reason. With enough of it, he can restore someone's humanity after being zombified, as seen with Bruford, and use it on himself, such as when he rejected a small amount of extract that caused zombification with Ripple. He can also casually send enough Hamon to release people from Dios hypnosis.
Well, he could do that.
Feats. We're on Tanjiro now. Their sheer willpower alone overcame the sleep-inducing, dream-manipulating powers of lower rank 1 demon Enmu. I'm pretty sure he just killed himself over and over again in his dream. Hang on. Oh. I wonder if... I'm pretty sure that's explained... Oh, damn it. Again. I'm pretty sure it's explained that he's just killing himself over and over again in the dream, but I could be wrong on that one. I wonder. I don't know if the manga changes the context of that scene. Because in the movie, I was pretty sure that he just kept killing himself over and over again to keep moving forward. Assisting defeating Upper Moon for Han Tengu, killed the 6th Upper Moon pair, attained the Demon Slayer mark and access to the See-Through World, defeated Akazu, the 3rd Upper Moon alongside Giyu, instrumental in the battle against Muzan. Actually, I'm surprised they don't give him Demon Tanjiro, whose defeat ushered in a new era of peace, overcame the sun as a demon. Okay, wait. Overcame the sun as a demon. Are they going to give him his demon feats? Because Demon Tanjiro is technically way stronger. Spit a boulder in half, 0.118 tons of TNT, push large rock, impale a demon by using a sword through them, far stronger than the hand demon whose arms can burst through the ground, far stronger than a spire demon who's strong enough to lift and swing a tree, cut through Rui's webs, swung his sword with hard enough to create a whirlpool and slice apart demons, sliced apart the engine of a train, can easily break a human arm, sliced off Akazu's head, scales to Rengoku who shook multiple train cars violently enough to lift them off the ground, far stronger than Tengen who dug a large hole, deflected Gutaro's blood splatter blade, scales to Daki who can slice apart buildings, scales to Karuruki who destroyed part of a building, scales to Zenitsu who can swing a sword faster than lightning, 8.6 to 176 or 172.6 tons of TNT. Far stronger than Doma, who created an ice statue while poisoned, 70.1 to 458.382 tons of TNT. Scales to Muzan, who blasted part of a building. By end of series, he should be far above Gutaro, whose blood sickling caused a massive explosion across the... Oh, here's the main feat. 2.
That's from the...
What?
That one is anime exclusive.
Wait, that feats anime only?
Yes, that's only in the manga.
Well, I guess they do. I guess like that battles do composite, so they would accept that. Speed, block strikes from the Serpent Hashira. Oh, I'm not even gonna be able to finish that. Created a gust of wind by taking off. Scales to Tokito, who sliced 10,000 projectile fish before he landed on the ground. Mach 27. Dodged the sound blast from Hantengu. Perceived the duel between Giyu and Akazu in slow motion. Kept up with Muzan in combat, who moved hundreds of meters and back to the decapitated demon before anyone could perceive him. Mach 177. Superior to Kokushibu, who blocked bullets at near point-blank range. Comparable to Zenitsu. Wait, why does that not have a Mach number by it? Mach 362.473, who has reacted and blitzed lightning. Zenitsu is even stated in data books to have the momentum of lightning. Should be comparable to Nezuko, who pushed him out of the way of a demon's lightning. Comparable to Rengoku, who can move fast enough to catch on fire. Why do these not have Machs by them?
I was gonna say, some of these I feel like they should have like a listing next to them.
Relative to Mitsuru, who reacted to and blocked lightning. Okay, so he's a consistent lightning timer. Durability, tank.
Why doesn't that have a calc next to it?
None of these have calcs next. Well, I guess to be fair, Mitsuru is the. I think that's the.
I think they don't add it because you've already got the marks for lightning, and now the other ones are just to show consistency.
Yeah, but they should at least like add something. It's just like, what about the fire one? What's the excuse for that? Like, how often do you have characters that can move fast enough to be like literally creating like
friction to like light someone on fire? Yeah, no, or light himself on fire. Tank being used as a baseball by Spire Demon. Fight after getting punched by the Hand Demon. Survived being thrown around by Blood Demon Art. Survived having his jawbone broken by a kick from Kano. Survived an electrical strike. Got smashed in the ground twice by bursts of wind Hantego created, which were strong enough to send Michiru flying and destroy a large portion of the wall in one wave. Survived a beating from Rengoku's father. Had his leg crushed by Hantengo's dragon. Can still restrain Nezuko's demon form even while the latter smashes him through the floors of a building. Endured slashes that destroyed multiple buildings. Scales to Muzan, who survived this massive explosion. I believe Muzan heals, though? Okay, yeah. Okay, listen. Scales to this guy? Look at what happened to him!
Okay, this is where we have to get into a situation of... Did he tank it, or did he regenerate from it?
I mean, in fairness, his whole body's not destroyed. But if this happened to Tanjiro,
his body's fucked.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is not tanking. Let's not lie to ourselves here.
If that's tanking, then Alex tanked the fucking nuke at the end of Prototype.
All right, Jonathan. Overall, defeated Dio 4 times, first and second pre-vampirism, and third before he even got Hamon. Defeated Wang Chan, Jack the Ripper, Dobby, Tarkus, and Bruford. Defeated Robert Speedwagon and ultimately converted him into one of his closest allies. Oh, just call him Speedwagon.
That's not really a... First JoJo, that's not really a feat. That's not a feat either.
Became a skilled Hamon user within a matter of days is a feat, but
That's good.
Even though, I mean, I'm gonna say, he's probably like a master, for being honest.
The two above though suck though.
Could even
those are more just like general knowledge.
all right, let's see this. Could even lift this rock. 11.3 microtons of TNT. Broke a collar. Not even Tarkus could break.
Hey, I fucking hate that microtons. Why don't you just say like kilograms or pounds? Because that's literally what that is.
I've actually never heard the term microtons used like ever. This is the first time I've run into it. I don't understand what they're trying to say, but yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, they're trying to make it sound impressive, but just say how many kilos or how many pounds it is.
It's like a grenade. No, that might be a little too much. Can send people flying with a hit, shatter a zombie's head through an anvil, yank Tarkus around with his chain, help Irina up even with a broken arm. That's not really a strength feat, but okay. Cut Tarkus' arm in half with his bare hands. Spun himself up even with 5 or 6 broken ribs. Using Hamon, punched a hole clean through Dio. Tackle Dio. Okay, that would be impressive if they mentioned like Dio can technically tank punches from Star Platinum. Or would you disagree with that?
No, that's fine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this is a stronger. All the DOC fights are stronger than the one in Part 3 anyway.
Yeah, so that's where it gets impressive. But okay, tackled Dio hard enough to break through the floor. Took off Dio's arm and cut him in half with luck and pluck. Powered through the combined power of 4 rugby players. Okay, so they do mention the 4 rugby players tackling him. Should be much strong. Kyle is satisfied. Should be much stronger than weaker vampires who can bring down entire walls with a punch, even with a broken hand. Defeated Jack the Ripper, who's strong enough to toss a cart wagon to bring down a tunnel like it was nothing. Not even 1 ton of TNT. Due to Dio using Jonathon's body in Part 3, which had gotten weaker, Jonathon should scale to the stats of Stan's Dio without. Do you want to say something, Kyle? Since
So Jonathon wins. What do you boys want for lunch? We're done here.
Kyle, we're going through all the way. No, yeah, because so I don't know when this started getting changed over to JoJo community, because for a while it was like really not popular to scale Part 1 Jonathon to Part 3 Dio. In fact, I think Kyle was the first person who kind of like kept throwing that around a while back, that at least I heard of, so I don't know when this started becoming more popular in the community.
I'm gonna be honest. I only went through JoJo's recently for the first time, and it did not take 5 seconds for me to realize that every single time Dio was put on screen, he constantly complained about how this body was weaker than his. It was literally a point of his narrative.
No.
And he goes out of his way to mention that, holy crap, this thing is not as good as it used to be. And somehow people manage to slip and trip all around those statements.
Never fear. They technically scale him above Stone 3, who has a town level feat, and they've literally capped Tanjiro at like building.
Dio physically tore apart Hermit Purple. Dio severely injures Polnareff with a casual punch. Dio by himself overpowered deflected the Emerald Splash with a flick twice, which can harm Polnareff and start Platinum through sheer force. Go ahead, Mangler.
I was just gonna say, like, no one can deflect the Emerald Splash because apparently it's literally just treated as a glorified shotgun.
I mean, in fairness, while he can deflect
Whoa,
it
whoa,
repeatedly...
whoa.
What?
Read the 4.5 kiloton one, and then read the one underneath it. I didn't even see that one.
A much weaker Star Platinum was above Stone Free, which could punch away meteorites summoned from space. Stronger than Will Zeppeli, who in the 2007 Phantom Blood movie created a Hamon shockwave which parted the clouds from just a handshake with his master. Due to lack of the context from the movie being partially lost media, as well as commonly cited as at best dubiously canon, this feat will not directly impact the final verdict.
I don't know what this
Fuck.
Oh,
blood movie is.
Well,
Raul.
I'm sorry, Raul. Show some respect, boy.
So they've actually got him at like 2 gigatons. What's that, like nearing island?
Well, to be fair, they're outright saying they're not really going to use the feat. They're just mentioning it that in case someone wants to bring it up, that it is there.
Dude, fuck off. They're literally using the anime exclusive feat for Tanjiro. That is definitely like used. That's definitely usable. The only reason they're not going to use it is because they've got enough evidence that Jonathon kicks the crap out of him.
Speed. Fast enough to disappear before Dio monologues and turns his head around. Caught on blockchain attacks from Tarkus. Intercepted Dio and Zeppeli before they could notice. Mach 16? Okay. Fast enough to cause after images to dodge attacks. Caught all of Dobby's snakes with his fingers. Can indeed dodge Adam's speed. Outpaced shards from an explosion even when heavily injured. Reacted to Dio's Space Ripper Stingy Eyes. Mach 1.57. What were those calced at that on that battle, or were those calced like at the light speed?
Those are not calced to light speed.
Okay. Scales to Bruford, who could move behind Jonathon just as he turned. Scales to Zeppeli, who could move locations faster than the eye could track and dodge fragments that moved as fast as an explosion. Mach 379. Should scale higher than a less experienced Joseph, who could react to a beam of light from the redstone of Aja, 2 times light speed. Okay.
So,
they're giving him the light.
Even close.
You know, I think I'm in the mood for chicken for dinner for lunch.
Likely comparable to base cars.
Dude, Joseph Skelly, who casually moved his hand through a beam of ultraviolet light.
40 times the speed of light.
Oh, this ain't fair. This ain't fair.
Like their normal rays.
Wait, are ultraviolet lights actually faster than normal light?
Yo!
They are
Keep going.
Jonathon's body in part 3 is able to consistently move itself to move in tandem with rapid fire Emerald Splash, as well as keep up with an overwhelmed Silver Chariot. So
I just want to point out before we move on that no matter how much Emerald Splash gets referenced, we do not have a speed for it. It is just fast enough that it is impressive to dodge or react.
I mean, it technically hits Star Platinum.
So, like, you just argued skills to Star Platinum.
It's also just a shotgun.
In fairness, it is a shotgun that even Dio thought was so annoying, he activated the world.
Yeah, because, like, why physically move out of the way when you could just stop time?
Fucking bullshit. Silver Chariot was able to cut Hanged Man, while as a light beam mid-movement, 184 to 851 times the speed of light.
Oh, Kyle, I think you and I mentioned this off recording that, like, the Hangman's calcs, as we'd seen them, were anywhere from, like, could have been, like, 100, 300. I don't remember getting to 800. That was a lot higher.
I'll take it.
Of course you fucking will. Okay.
That's without the armor, right? Removal?
No, that's still with the armor on.
Oh.
Look.
So you can basically make the assertion that you could double that.
Tanjiro could literally have the ability to destroy the planet in one swing, and he would still not be able to touch this man in 1,000 years. Oh, good lord. Their ability is able to still... That is so fucked! That is so fucked!
This is so stacked. It's not even the fact of, like... There's nothing they gave Tanjiro. It's like, at best, the best they gave him was like, we'll be generous.
Did they even give Tanjiro something?
No, it's like, because we're going to be generous with you. You get the anime exploding feat. You get maybe City Block.
This is...
Well, potentially might have island level and be, like, massively faster than light.
Here's my first feat, having all the bones in my arms and upper body broken and then set on fire. Still being completely fine.
This is bullshit. Fuck, why even bother going through durability? There's no way... Look, all I'm saying is that if anyone in the, like, at the end comments like, oh, Tanjiro could win... No, shut up. Shut up, you don't get to speak anymore.
For everything they've got here, this should just be unanimous that Jonathon takes this.
Okay, let's look at them durability feats. Is still able to grab onto Dio after having his arms and bones broken by him and on fire. Beautiful. His dead body survived the explosion that wrecked the boat. Survived getting thrown into a tree. Same. Took a kick from darkness. Punched his fist through fire. Is that really durability? Okay. Endured having parts of his body frozen by Dio. Endured getting a spear embedded in his shoulder. Was still alive even with his neck broke.
I don't know if they know
Okay,
this,
we
but
are not touching that.
I don't know if they know this, but you can still live even if your neck's broken. Like,
I
for
feel
God's sake, Brock Lesnar broke his neck when he tried to go for a senton on Kurt Angle.
I feel like some of these are not exactly just durability related. Like putting your hands.
Why wouldn't you just scale? Go full hog. Why don't you just scale him to Joseph during the fight with Cars where they both survived the exact same explosion from the volcano that sent him into the speed?
Shut up! We're trying to get Tanjiro somewhere. Shut up!
You know,
So,
the
like,
one that has the exact statement in the manga to be like,
Poor Mangler.
megatons of force.
if you're punching your fist through fire, you could just argue you have a resistance to flame. Wouldn't necessarily be like durability.
Well, like my uncle could fucking punch through fire. Do I now say that he resists fire, or does the fire just part as the air is parting in front of the fist?
Also, like, you could have resistance to, like, having parts of his body being frozen. Part of that can have to do with your will to live and your ability to control your muscles, because, like, that's especially true in the case of JoJo's, where characters in JoJo's have extraordinary amounts of willpower, because especially the Hamon users in Part 1 and Part 2, that's really all they have.
I feel that one needs to be recalculated at the bottom. That feels like that should be way higher than just 2 tons of TNT.
Hey. Either provide the scan and calculation or shut the fuck up!
Neo!
Was still able to defeat Wang Chan.
Neo, either break my heart or fix this out.
Despite having holes through... I mean, we can just go on VSB real quickly, see where VSB scaled it.
I mean, nah, this shit's long enough now. I have to catch the footy soon. Let's get this over with.
Alright.
Still able to defeat Wang Chin despite having holes through his throat and unable to breathe.
Should also scale it in the... Basically, Kyle's volcano thing. Weaknesses. Tanjiro. Literally just not being faster than light. Moving on. Okay, let's be... As anyone has ever seen a red Demon Slayer can tell you, being a Demon Slayer does not give you Ultra Instinct. While he can make broken blades work in his favor, if absolutely necessary, it's not like the sword itself is especially resistant to being shattered by a stronger foe. Not to mention that Tanjiro's proficient in swordplay, not much in hand-to-hand kerfuffles. Additionally, Tanjiro's breathing techniques require while breathing. While it's not uncommon for Demon Slayers to manage their own, even in fights where breathing is incredibly dangerous, Tanjiro obviously performs at his best when his breathing is uninhibited. Alright, whatever. So, fucking a human needs to breathe. Congratulations. At the end of the day, Tanjiro's
Dude, this could just literally be summed up with, he's not good without his weapon, and he needs his lungs.
Bro, they could literally just say, doesn't matter. They could just say, doesn't matter, not FTL, moving on. At the end of the day...
Doesn't matter, doesn't even lick light speed.
At the end of the day, Tanjiro is just a human.
Like, if I remember correctly, isn't lightning 3,000 times slower than base light speed?
I don't know about that, because, like, so if we're going to argue he scales to lightning, we can argue for the return stroke, which is sub-rel, but, like, that's kind of, like, if you really want to stretch it.
General lightning outside of the return stroke is not...
Your mom's general lightning.
Not 120,000 times. 120,000 miles per hour.
Whatever.
Or 120 million miles per hour, because light speed is around 320.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like the second they accepted Part 3 scaling for Jonathon, there was no way Tanjiro was winning this unless this motherfucker got a power that made himself invulnerable.
Jonathon's weakness. He has no weakness. He's about to squash a boy.
All the rage and stamina to such expenses, and body just unable to keep up. And of course, Tanjiro's a good, honest to a fault boy with a strong head and stronger heart. He's just about the last person on Earth who would resort to trickery or deceit to gain an upper hand. Are you really saying that when Jonathon...
He could be as slippery as Jack the Ripper from Ragnarok, and he's not winning.
Even against the foul, redeemable demons he fights on the daily, this disparity in honor is shown time and time again. Demon Slayer to cost Tanjiro and Co. gravely against foes, having no qualms, taking shortcuts, using sneak attacks to gain upper hand. Despite Jonathan's overwhelming strength and versatility with Hamon, he is not without his own fair share of weaknesses. Any sort of disruption to his breathing can prevent the circulation of hormone in his body, leaving him unable to utilize it. Okay? Though, this also applies if Jonathon loses too much blood, or if his blood can't pass through his body due to being frozen. Bro, is the weakness just being human? Just say the weakness is being human and move on!
I was gonna say, like, I could make more blatantly clear than the fact that, like, Dio shows up with his vampiric ass and he's like, hey, I can perfectly control my body. Homone's useless again.
You literally sum up Jonathan's one by saying he's human.
He also can only channel hormone through his hands and feet. Oh no! Which is the problem if he's bounded or tied up. That doesn't really matter for here, but I guess maybe they're just trying to be like more like just informative.
Maybe there's like a demon slayer power that involves binding abilities.
Maybe if they let Tanjiro bring his sister in. Jonathon is also still human, unable to regenerate anything beyond minor injuries or broken bones. Not a problem, motherfuckers.
Do you think on the night before they went on the boat, he pumped one into arena, he ended with the white overdrive?
All right. Advantages: better trained swordsman, more experienced overall. See-through world could give.
I see, but you're not light speed.
Hang on. Oh, this unlimited budget works. Not British. Disadvantages: slightly weaker and less durable. Disadvantages: just slower. Just
slightly
slower.
weaker, but not massively slower or like unable to catch up.
Like moderately slower, I guess?
Bro, no! Moderately slower! Bro, even if you gave him 2 times light speed, they might as well say his disadvantage is he can't fucking move in time! This motherfucker's gonna be standing still!
It seems a little...
This isn't even from his verse. Give him the ability to dodge, like the sunlight towers from Resident Evil 5. He's still not touching.
I'm just gonna say this right now. That slower should be changed to frozen in time.
Less skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Okay, so these two can become together because this is any form of contact will allow Jonathon to conduct hormone through him possibly throwing his breathing off. So they basically conceded that he's less skilled in hand-to-hand combat, and Jonathon, if he touches him one time, can shut off his breathing and turn off 90% of his abilities. So Jonathan's win con is he lands a finger on him when he's also faster, and he's more experienced in that combat.
Oh my god. This is literally the opposite version of Kenshiro versus Jotaro.
Jonathan Joestar.
Dude, like, straight up, this isn't even, like, close anymore. This is, like, disgusting.
You know what? If they had him fight Rao would still win because he went to speed disparity, just one touch and Rao wins.
Dude, go back up. I just want to look at those weaknesses again.
This is a meme. You know...
No, you know what? They couldn't have stacked this anymore if they gave him the passion.
Oh no. Alright, let's see what they have for Jonathan Joestar. Slightly stronger and more durable. Just faster. Just faster. Just faster. Not so fast light itself looks like it's standing still. Not so fast that no one on the planet would be able... No, just faster.
No, he's not that fast that you could literally like Photoshop Jonathan's head on Lightning McQueen and be like, I am speed.
More skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Any form of contact is allowed to conduct hormone through Tanjiro. More versatile. Sono Chino no Sadamen. Or Sadame.
This is literally just if he touches him, he fucking wins. And because he's so faster.
Remove throwing.
If this is unanimous that Jonathan wins, I'm gonna be very surprised.
Go ahead.
I would also argue that if he can give
him look.
Let me
shut off.
Look at these disadvantages. He's less experienced, not as skilled with a sword. Tanjiro can likely get a solid visual on how Harmon works.
How? Motherfucker, what are you able to see?
Okay, look, those are all very good points, but light speed.
They could have given fucking Jonathan sub-rail and he still wins this fight.
Wait, hang on a second.
Right, you could have given him... You literally could have given him the shit that was killing Toki and he's still not going to be able to touch him.
Hang on a sec. Doesn't he have to activate outside world?
So technically the Demon Slayer mark is what he has to activate, but it's usually active in most fights now near the end of the series. Again, they should have given Tanjiro. No. You know what? The only reason they didn't give Tanjiro was actually no. Yeah, give him Demon Tanjiro. Why the fuck did we not get Demon?
So does he have to activate it manually?
Yes.
Okay, then like
This is not. This
they
is
can
not
they
a
can
fight.
remove that bullet point then.
This is not a fight. This is an ass whooping the size of which.
No, this is literally an adult killing a child at faster than light speeds.
All right.
I was gonna say.
Verdict.
No, and this is even funnier when you think that like, what's Tanjiro at the end of the series in Science of Height? Isn't he like 5'4"?
Okay, so.
You've literally got this child who's like 5'4"
Literally
and
a
this
middle
giant 6'5" man just crushing.
Dude, this is literally just gonna. This is literally just
Imagine
gonna.
like a college linebacker just literally bulldozing a middle schooler. Oh my god.
Fist of the North Star did it first. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just smashing them across
Okay.
the room.
Okay. Do we need to go through the stats for physical strength? No, we're not going. Speed in part one. Okay, come on. Bruh, come on. Things become a lot clearer without Hamon. Dio being able to react to more power stands such as Hierophant Green. Is it Hierophant or Hierophant?
Hierophant green.
RFN.
Alright, so I can't pronounce for shit. We already know this. Has shown itself to be capable of harming Star Platinum and even reaching Polnar route before the Emperor's bullets. Oh wow.
Someone is listening to me.
Sense parts.
Zim, someone is listening to me. Oh, bow before the mighty JoJo Scalar.
Fuck you. Sense parts.
Nah, blah. No one ever made that argument. That's my argument.
You must be proud.
No, everyone can fuck off. I made that argument like 3 years ago.
Yeah, watch people show up in the comments saying that Kyle's just full of it, and they're gonna be talking about Mangler, not even Kyle.
Yeah, no.
Cooking up with scale buff.
That Mangler guy's very full of himself for seeing the series for the first time and thinking he came up with it.
I know, Mangler. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, what happened?
Okay, yeah, no, okay. No, there's not even a point going through this. Biggest feat, Jonathan's 100-year-old corpse upscale Polnareff. So in the end, okay, so we're not going to go through this. There's no reason to go through this. Doesn't fucking matter. Does Jonathan really scale anything past his own part, even when he's dead? Yes, the most clear example would be through Dio, who at the time of part 3 performs all his feats using Jonathan's stolen body. Feats such as reacting to and casually intercepting stance attacks, matching them in speed, and taking direct hits from them. And this has nothing to do with Dio's vampiric influence over it. On the contrary, by his own words, he states that Jojo's body refuses to fully succumb to him, requiring Joestar blood to fully synchronize. His left side specifically has a lower healing rate, and he can't use it to its full potential, saying that's currently weaker than his original one. The original one that Jonathan beat several times. Not even going that far ahead, scaling to Joseph also has its merits. Joseph might have shown a wide array of Hamon abilities. I disagree.
Do you hear that?
What?
Do you hear that noise?
What?
I don't know. It's like Sono Chino Sada.
He did so. Oh, God.
I don't remember Joseph providing a wider array of Hamon abilities.
You can
No, please. If they give him this speed in the fight, you know what I want? I want the ending punch to be him about to sink his fist into Tanjiro's face, and Tanjiro not noticing it, just has the to be continued sign come up. And it just starts playing roundabout.
Okay, he needed several weeks to fully master the art, something his grandfather managed in a matter of days.
Oh yeah, he did also get amped by Varian Sapelli.
Doesn't matter. Not to mention the side materials such as games, non-canon, but will be used as supporting evidence. Never stopped you guys before. Portraying them as comparable to each other.
So they do realize if they do that, I can literally just compare
Stop.
Jonathon to Johnny.
Yeah, I know. And seeing how some of his better feats are performed by less experienced Joseph, is not a stretch to say Jonathan could match him. Okay, so just to clarify, Joseph uses Hamon in a smarter way with more like useful like objects and like more useful ways. But there's no debating that Jonathan literally made Hamon techniques on the spot that changed their color and everything. He's literally better at it than fucking Joseph. No denying that.
And I think a lot of Joseph's, especially, like, a lot of Joseph's were done, like, for really like usually silly or petty things in relation to him like mocking his opponents. Like especially when he was not only trying to like get on like Caesar's case, but when he was also attacking like most of the Pillarman servants. Whereas like
Oh, look, they literally answer one of the questions you asked me today, Mangler.
are Jojo's characters physically more capable after receiving a stand? Did I ask that?
Yeah, you did.
Mangler's so tired at this point.
Wait, I don't think I asked if they became more powerful after
Wait,
receiving a stand.
shouldn't you be asleep right now?
I was going to, but you took so fucking long.
Shut the fuck up!
Look, ladies, just go down to point 3.
No. Once again, TL Part 3 says this current play is weaker. Alright, great. Can Jojo characters really move reach FTL to FTL speeds? Yes, we have created a separate Google Doc for FTL Jojo evidence based on what was written down on the overstyle card. Even if not using FTL stand scaling, there's still the redstone of Aja feat, which means that scaling Jonathon and Joseph would give him much faster reaction speed than anything Demon Slayer has. Okay, here we go. This is what I was mentioning earlier. Aren't breeding styles visual effects just for show and not actually happening? It's a bit complicated. As per the word of the Mangeki, the user isn't literally summoning the called element, water in this specific case, but everyone who sees the technique being utilized still visualizes and feels as if it was actually happening. So in this roundabout way, the techniques work perfectly much exactly as they look, not to mention several entries of the data book more or less confirm the solidity of each element causing real effect on a target, user, or the environment. So word of God seems to be contradicting data book, but whatever.
That's a giant of saying yes and no.
Yeah, everyone doesn't matter ultimately, but whatever. Wouldn't Nichiren Blade's property of absorbing sunlight negate the usage of Hamon? Unlikely, as you may have noticed, Hamon is not literally sunlight. It has the same properties, which makes it a perfect weapon against supernatural, but usually takes the form of a battle aura or electrical discharge, something sunlight clearly doesn't do. That's a little fallacious. That's a little fallacious.
That's not really true at all, because like they literally make it clear that the reason it's able to kill the undead specifically is because it's literally a solar energy. Even if it's not coming specifically from the sunlight and they're converting it from their breath, it is confirmed to be solar energy.
I mean, you could make the argument.
I mean, you could also use this to argue that they also have like small time radiation manipulation.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, you could just.
I mean, like if they try and tell me like, oh yeah, it's not actual sunlight, it's like bullshit. I saw what Cards did when he hit Joseph in the knee.
Well, I was gonna say you could just argue that only Cars is true.
He literally says it's like brushing up against the surface of the sun.
Yeah, for Cars, but Cars' Hamon is literally the strongest in the series. Anyways, see.
I was also gonna say like this isn't really that relevant, but like if Demon Slayer is like
Arsenal, look at Team Tanjiro.
If Tanjiro's like speed and arsenal was kind of fixed a little bit, like if Nichiri's blade really has the ability to absorb sunlight, presuming he could actually hit Jonathon more than a couple times, he probably could stop the Hamon from destroying his weapons.
It's just a shame that he can't move at light speeds.
Yeah, how could I forget that he's a statue?
Wow, yeah, a blade yeah, because the second they were comparable in durability and fucking attack potency, and this motherfucker got 3 billion times the speed of light, obviously joking a little bit, there was no argument here. Alright. Well, that's about it. You guys have anything else you'd like to say?
Sonochi no Sadame. Joe.
Beautiful.
I got nothing.
All right. Well, once again, going through this was a G1Blog. Check out the original G1 blog if you guys are curious to see, read through some of the stuff we might skip through. Yep. So we'll probably react to the death battle like we do the other. What?
This entire video could have stopped as soon as we saw the light speed.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that? Anyways, so we will hopefully be reacting to the death battle as well, but if you watch these death battle reactions on the live streams, you kind of know how that story goes, so that'll be fun. But yeah, so with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys on the next stream or video, and we'll see if the others can join us. Take care, everybody.